Start of game activation is live. Okay, we are on.
Has anyone seen Nate Shapiro? He hasn't come into the office in like 15 years.
Welcome to the game. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson, and I hate to toot my own horn, but... Oops, sorry, that wasn't mine. There we go, that one's mine. I'm glad you three decided to play our little game here, although I suppose your options were limited. There's your hardware. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by...
Kale Mart. If you find a single thing in our store that is not associated with kale, it's free. Kale Mart. We don't even know what kale is, and we don't care.
Try to choose the wrong answer brought to you by our sponsor to get prizes and cash. Okay, let's get this show on the road.
Get ready, time for question.
Kicking things off, mail enhancement. Just taking a moment to open my mail. Something I like to do every couple of years. Probably should have paid that. An old Christmas card. Let's see what it says inside. Well, it's been a big year for the whole family. Junior learned to drive, Mom changed jobs, and Dad started a drug empire cooking and selling high-quality methamphetamine. What TV family is this Christmas card from? The Greens, the Browns, the Blacks, or the Whites? Player 2? Sorry, no takebacks. Players 1 and 3? Oh, the humanity! Oh, honestly. Why, yes, this card is from Walter and Skylar White and their son Walt Jr. from the show Breaking Bad. And I'd read you the rest of the letter, but it's full of spoilers.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
May I introduce Positive Feedback. What might you hear from a kingfisher that's fishing for compliments? So, did anybody notice I just got my scales waxed? So, did you guys see I'm wearing my fur differently? So, how does everyone like my new gill tattoo? Or, isn't anybody gonna mention my new feather do? Player 3, the clock's running. Players 1, 2, and 3. Are you fishing for an insult? Okay, you're a dope. How's that? This would have worked. A kingfisher is a type of bird. You know, those things with feathers. Wow, talk about a needy, insecure bird. Oh my god, it's been 15 minutes. Somebody tell me I'm handsome. Interns, somebody tell me I'm handsome.
You're handsome, sir. So handsome, Mr. Masterson.
Ah, let's never cut it that close again.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Pucker up for Lucy in the Sky with Rubles. And oh yes, it's a dis or dat. Player 1. I want you to play this this or that since you're behind at the moment. I'm going to read off 7 quotes totally out of context. For each one, I want you to tell me if it's something said by legendary pop star Elton John or something said by Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin. If it was said by Elton John, press the square button. If it was said by Vladimir Putin, press the circle button. Now the rest of you should listen carefully. Try to pick an answer before player 1. If player 1 gets it wrong, I'll split that cash among everyone else who got it right. Okay, let's move. I do like Britain. I go to the gym. I myself know some. I think happiness is. I collect emotions. In America, I'm 5'8". No, I guess that's why they call it the blues. Look, there's a lot of political turmoil in the world. We must trust Elton John's song, The Circle of Life. It's a simple philosophy that says this: no matter what happens, we can rest assured that one day, Vladimir Putin will be eaten by a lion. How about, I hunger for love? If each member of the Hunger Games love triangle brought something different to the relationship, which of these arrangements would actually result in Katniss catching fire? Katniss brings air, Peeta brings... Player 2, who gets the screw? You're screwed, player 3. 5 seconds to pick an answer. Whoa, whoa! Well played, screw, player 2. You want even more cash? Player 1. Nobody picks that one. Player 2. The so-called fire triangle outlines what is needed to start and maintain fire, which is heat, fuel, and oxygen. Remove one, no fire. But I'm sure you could get rid of Peeta and it would still be hot. 5 fingers! This one's known as one show down, 14,312 to go.
It's the put the choices into order and buzz in and see if you are right. Question!
And I'll throw some extra roses at you for a right answer. Put these Broadway musicals in order of longest to shortest original runs. Grease, Rent, Spamalot. Rent, Grease, Spamalot, Spamalot, Rent, Grease, Rent, Spamalot, Grease, or Grease, Rent, Spamalot. Player 1. Players 2 and 3. Allow me. Opening in 1996, Rent ran for 12 years, Grease opened in 1972 and ran for 8 years, and Spamalot opened in 2005 and had a 5-year run. Of course, none of these tops the musical Cats, which ran for 233 straight years. Hard to believe, but true. Good for them. That brings a close to round 1, and player 4 is at the head of the pack, but that could change mighty quick. Keep in mind, in round 2, everything is worth twice as much. And I want to see some screwing. You're being too nice. This one's called Chucky Balls. I just love Chuck E. Cheese, especially those big ball pits with all the colorful balls that kids jump around in. So tell me this. Imagine, just hypothetically, that each colored ball in a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit were a different virus. When you dive in, which ball could you definitely not come into contact with? A ball that causes polio? A ball that causes herpes? Player 1, who's gonna get it? Player 2, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to pick an answer. That's how you screw, player 1. Want a little more money? Player 3. Player 1. Okay, old yeller, let's go out to the barn. Let me show you something. Herpes, polio, and rabies are all caused by a virus. Plague is caused by a bacteria, so none of those virus balls could give you plague. Plague is spread by rodents, but luckily not singing animatronic rodents like the ones you find at Chuck E. Cheese. Hey, anyone want to go to Chuck E. Cheese after the game?
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
I call this one Leafy Laughter. Imagine an episode of Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis being filmed with a set of 2 new freshly sprouted ferns. Based on the name for fern sprouts, what might be a better name for that episode? Between 2 saplings with Zach Galifianakis? Between 2 pup shoots with Zach Galifianakis? Between 2 fronds with Zach Galifianakis? Or between 2 fiddleheads with Zach Galifianakis? Player 3, honest mistake. Player 2, I'm gonna vote die on this one. Player 1. A fern sprout is called a fiddlehead based on its shape, which resembles the top of, you guessed it, a fiddlehead. And like Zach Galifianakis, they take about 40 years to fully blossom.
Follow me down to the sea.
Open wide for escargot for Margot. Okay, guys, I've got a theory, and I think it's pretty solid. Follow me on this. The movie Key Largo came out in 1948, and the next major Argo movie was Fargo. So there may have been a secret Argo embargo. Ergo, how long was the next Argo embargo between Fargo and Argo? 7 years, 12 years, 17 years, or 22 years? Whoa! Oh, that was nice. Player 3, this is gonna hurt. Oh, you're gonna kick yourself. Fargo came out in 1996 and Argo in 2013. Ergo, a
Bonjour, and welcome to Lie Swatter, the massive true or false trivia game. We can accommodate a huge number of players in a game. Although I suppose it's not the size of the player lobby that matters, it's what you do with it. All right then, before we get started, don't forget, new players can go to this website and enter this room code to join the game at any time. Let's play. You're going to see 7 crazy facts pulled from the following fact categories. A spa in Atlanta offers calming, soothing Coca-Cola baths. Use your device to pick whether you think the fact is true or a lie. Bop It is used in the Israeli Army's basic training. Kesha's official Twitter address is @KeshaSucks. Hyenas can be trained to solve simple math equations. Easter Island has the highest concentration of rabbits in the world. In 2012, a chef cooked and served his genitals at a dinner in Tokyo. Alexander Graham Bell has a working telephone in his coffin. And here's where everyone stands at the end of round one. Here are your next 7 fact categories. Animal from the Muppets was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Black licorice was originally flavored and dyed with squid ink. Prince was named world's sexiest vegetarian by PETA. Nicolas Cage and Magic Johnson own several Pizza Huts together. A game of volleyball originally lasted 9 innings. Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven was inspired by Charles Dickens' pet raven. Hitchcock called the theme to Psycho the worst pile of crap he ever heard. Here are your scores. For the final round, all the facts will be about one category. That category is former band names. Which of these facts about band names are true and which are lies? The Red Hot Chili Peppers were originally Stink Party. Radiohead was originally Grandma Sadness. The Four Seasons were originally the Three Seasons. The Beach Boys were originally Carl and the Passions. Nirvana was originally Pee Pee Poo Poo. The Goo Goo Dolls were originally the Sex Maggots. The Beatles were originally Johnny and the Moondogs. Let's see the final scores.